December 7th, 1941. You, of course, remember that speech. You might not have been alive. I certainly wasn't, but everyone's seen that speech from FDR talking about Pearl Harbor. It is December 7th, and 82 years ago today, Pearl Harbor happened. And you know me, I could spend forever nerding out on Pearl Harbor with you right now. Sadly, there's way too much political stuff we need to get to. I just want to say, that was the beginning of a terrible conflict. I know, look, especially as a dude, World War II is a passion of mine. It's a passion for virtually every man above the age of 40. What are you going to do? We love it. It's the biggest worldwide event ever in history. It's the biggest event in human history, World War II. But it was something where hundreds of thousands of Americans lost their lives. Hundreds of thousands of others mentally and physically were broken beyond repair. And it began 82 years ago today on a sleepy Sunday morning. And it is wild to think about how terrible some of it is and how wonderful other parts of it is, how terrible it is. How terrible is it to think that so many of these sailors lost their lives on a sleepy Sunday morning in Hawaii when we were at peace? It's one thing to die in war when you think you're in your bed at night, in the morning, and then you wake up to hell. It's horrible. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to think about the battleships like the Arizona and others tied up at port so they can't move, they can't escape. All they can do is sit there and shoot back a little but watch the bombs drop. It's heartbreaking. It's terrible. It's wonderful at the same time to know that our aircraft carriers happen to be out at the ocean. They were out doing maneuvers at the time. No, I'm sorry. Look, I love internet conspiracy theories as much as you do, but no, they were out in the ocean. So we saved the most important ships. That's wonderful. It's wonderful to read the stories about the bravery that day. And there was so much bravery that day. Our sailors that day acquitted themselves well, to put it mildly. Many, many, many of them gave their lives valiantly like warriors, woke up on a sleepy Sunday and turned into lions like that. It is wonderful that the Japanese missed critical things, not just the aircraft carriers, like our oil supply over there, which they should have gotten. It's a horrible day. It's a wonderful day. But it is a day we should always remember. And we will always remember it here on this show. And let's tie it into today here. Let's also acknowledge how despicable the leaders are who lead us now when they compare a slightly spicy protest to that awful day.
Dates that occupy not only a place on our calendars, but a place in our collective memory. December 7th, 1941. September 11th, 2001, and January 6th, 2021.
Anyone who really knows the details of Pearl Harbor, no matter your political persuasion, hears those words and they're disgusted by the people who lead us now. I think about stories of sailors after their ship's been bombed, coming out burned with their skin hanging off, jumping into the ocean to try to put the flames out, only to jump into a gigantic vat of oil which had leaked into the ocean. And to know that our politicians today, Dome, Biden, Jeffries, all of them, regularly compare that to January 6th. Boy, that really brings it home how broken our current political system is, huh?